What's up, guys? Back here with another week of the MDBL. This week, it is week 4. We've been playing Scraw here. It's a really important week for us. If we want to make playoffs here, it's if we win this one, we're almost guaranteed locked, or we have a really, really good shot if we win this one with a good Mon differential. So it's really important to get this one. Yeah, so you can see Scraw's here team. It's one of the more shallow ones of the league. Which I think is good and bad, right? Because he has so many powerful mons, but it's also good because since he doesn't have a lot of depth, it's a lot easier to counter his team here. It's Fluttermane, Lando I, Torn, Drago, Ceruledge, Vivillon, Quaquaval, Wo-Chien, and Chargebug. So really just a lot of like fast offensive power here with Fluttermane, Landorus, and then Torn. And then they have a Regidrago with Tailwind, or even versus a slower team like mine, it's really easy to put in a lot of work. And then just some really good supporting pieces of Vivillon and Wo-Chien, and then some secondary attackers like Ceruledge and Quaquaval that can put in work. I wouldn't really expect the Chargebug here. So yeah, let's get into the team and what I have brought for this week. Gonna be doing a standard Grimmsnarl set here. Spirit Break, Reflect, Light Screen, Thunder Wave, right? Just really good. I thought Spirit Break was gonna be better than Foul Play this week because of all the special attackers he has. Opting for a careful nature this week, just because we want to be able to take very big special attacks from Fluttermane when we're behind screens. And then Terra Poison, in case we are like in a 1v1 with Fluttermane or something like that. I think Grimmsnarl is really nice here just because he has Regidrago and we have like a natural immunity to it, which is really, really good. And he doesn't really have like a lot of ways to break screens. I think the only way is running like Brick Break on Lando or Ceruledge or Quaquaval. And it pairs, those mons don't really pair nicely into what we'll get into here in a second, which is the one after hands, but we'll do hands first. Another, like we're Fake Out, Drain Punch, Ice Punch, Heavy Slam. I didn't want to do Wild Charge this week just because you're not really hitting a lot with the electric typing. You're only really hitting Torn and Vivillon, but with Ice Punch, then you get a 4x attack into Landorus as well, which I thought would be more important. Terra Grass here in case Vivillon or Wo-Chien tries to stall us out. Immunity to Sleep Powder here is really important. I think immunity to Leech Seed as well. I think Wo-Chien could be really annoying if it gets a bunch of Leech Seeds off, like powerful offense up front, and then you Leech Seed the end game could be pretty worrisome. But yeah, like I was saying before, Milotic I think has another really good matchup here, especially with Terra Fairy. I watched a lot of people try to play into Scraw, and a key theme that I saw, especially from Fede and some other people, was they were using a lot of Terra Fairies in order to bypass the Regidrago, and especially with screens, right? And Milotic's already very bulky as is, especially. It's just really nice. I opted for last week. I think I did Coil and Hypnosis. I think Muddy Water with Ice Beams can be better just because then we're able to hit the Wo-Chien and the Landorus, like I said, and then Recover, obviously. But Protect, I think, is really nice just because it lets us scout a couple turns, right? Like, if he's trying to go for a taunt with Torn, it lets us scout out a lot of techs that he might be able to do. And the ability. Actually, we're going to be competitive. I thought about running both Marvel Scale and Cute Charm. I'm not too keen on competitive this week just because I think MDB had a really cool tech, which was, intimidating me with his Crocodile and then using Mirror Herb to copy it. And I'm a bit worried about that with Landorus, is that you can lead Lando plus Flutter or Wo-Chien, right? And then you Intimidate plus you have that Mirror Herb. That would be really awkward, I think, for me. And that's not really something I wanted to deal with. But I think competitive overall is just going to be the best ability that we have access to. Last week I was able to work around it with knockoff and stuff like that, and I think like if it's on a Fluttermane and we learn about it, Fluttermane's not too bulky, so I'm not too worried about it. But I think competitive is just too good not to bring. We have Hark, going to be opting for a Jolly set this time around. Jolly, actually, I think Hark is in a really good spot just because it's able to outspeed the Vivillon here, and which is going to be really crucial since we outspeed it by 1 point. It can move before the Vivillon. We give it Terra Grass for the same reason of hands. It's like we don't want to get stalled out by this Wo-Chien. It's also a really nice defensive typing into Landorus, really nice defensive typing into Quaquaval. It's also really nice this time around because we're faster than Regidrago. Torn doesn't really want to deal with it. Ceruledge doesn't really want to deal with it because of Intimidate, and it's a Fluttermane resist. So I think Heart can be a really good piece for us as well. Next is going to be Sinistra here with Matcha Gotcha, Rage Powder, Curse, Trick Room. The first 3 moves are standard, right? But Curse is just really going to be for this Wo-Chien here. I think if it gets going and it gets really annoying with a bunch of the Leech Seeds, like the last case Worst case is that we can just curse it down, and I believe like if it's lefties, like if we're doing 25% to each turn, we'll be able to chip it down with a partner and able to win from there. Trick Room's nice because his team's really fast, has Tailwind, able to reverse the speed order there. Same reason for Grimmsnarl, I want to be careful. There's just so many special attackers on this team. I believe this one will live a Dragon Energy, which is going to be really, really nice. And then a Mental Herb, just in case Torn or something else has like a random taunt on it. I know that Skrull likes to use taunt on some of his bonds from what I saw from some of his past weeks, so just an option there that we don't want to get locked out of clicking one of our support moves here. And now for the last one, right? I really struggled to come up with a mon. I didn't really like Landorus. It didn't seem too good to me just because it can get outsped through Tailwind, and while it does a lot to, it can pin Wo-Chien, you're putting it in a lot of spots where I would rather have other Pokemon. Like, I think my game plan right now is gonna be like Grimmsnarl, Milotic, Arcanine, and then another Mon. It's like if Lando's there, it's not really that bulky, and I kind of want another bulky piece to support my other two main attackers. Bringing Solo Slacking is really awkward. Bringing Coughing is really awkward. Riolu doesn't really fit here, so I thought Yama could be a really cool piece. Since we have this Focus Sash available, right? Bug Buzz is going to hit Wo-Chien for 4x, super effective. Air Slash is really nice into his entire team if we can get the ball rolling on speed, just because then we can start, 30% chance to glitch anything is really nice, along with Tailwind, and then more speed control for us, and then Hypnosis I thought was really nice. I think just Yama's like a cool tech piece that if he's not prepared for, could end up sweeping him, just because it's going to be doing a lot of damage into Quaquaval, Vivillon, Wo-Chien, and then if he's not bringing his Tailwind, we can outspeed through Speed Boost. So yeah, that's the team. I'll see you guys real quick for the games here. Okay. Got the Terras. Lando is Terra Water, Fluttermane is Terra Water, Regidrago is Terra Ghost, Wo-Chien is Terra Poison, Saraledge is Terra Grass, Vivillon is Terra Dragon. Okay, cool. So competitive, shouldn't be too worried about that. No Torn. Which is oh no. Okay, he doesn't land out. All right, messed up a bit there. Okay, Milotic will be very good here, and then I just have to kind of think about what else I want. I actually think Yanma can play a decent role here, just because he doesn't have a lot of speed control. I like Grimmsnarl to start off, no doubt about it, and then I like Hark too. I like Grimmsnarl Hark. I think it's just a solid lead into anything that you can lead. I would be a bit worried about him leading Lando, and then we're in a weird spot where like, do we Terra, do we not Terra? That type of situation. So maybe Hark the back might be a bit better. I think Iron Hands, wouldn't be a bad lead as well. I'll do Grim Iron Hands and then have Milotic and Hark in the back. I don't know how good Sinistcha will be here. There's a lot of spread moves on his team. Rage Powder doesn't get as much value. I think Yanma could maybe play a role for like a game 2 after we see like what type of techs he has. Mainly because it's just gonna be better that way. So yeah, I'm expecting Lando on lead here. If he has that Mirror Herb stuff. If not, then it probably will be in the back. Let's see. Oh yeah, Lando Flutter. So, I might just be right on that tech. Intimidate comes out. It doesn't really matter, right? Alright, Booster. Okay. So in the future, yeah, we can lead Milo. Then Booster special attack. Not too shabby here. I think we might be able to just pop the Terra. I'm a bit worried about doing that, to be honest with you. I'll light screen. Maybe a light screen with AV. I feel like we should be able to take multiple hits here. If not, then it just kind of is what it is on hands. And then, who do I want to break? I want to say that I just want to Ice Punch this Lando here. I feel like that's just going to be completely better for me. Okay, we're going to light screen. See what Fluttermane and Landorus decide to go for. Brick Break, interesting. Alright, that's fine. That's annoying, but Grimmsnarl is probably gonna die from this. Yeah. I mean, if we're not getting screens up, you know, it's not the end of the world here, especially if I'm trading KOs with him really early on. I don't mind it that much. Okay, decent damage there. Lando actually moved before Flutter Mane, right? So it's probably Scarf. So he's probably locked into Brick Break, if I had to guess. So I'm gonna go Hark now. This will lower his attack. He's only booster special attack. I feel Iron Hands can almost certainly take another Moonblast from Fluttermane, right? Special attack booster. Yeah, we'll take another Moonblast, especially after the Intimidate. Ice Punch didn't KO Landorus, so let's see here. Ice Punch, Fluttermane, Landorus. I want to see how bulky he is. Oh, so he's living that either way at -1. Something in the world here. I will go for Rock Slide, Heavy Slam. Okay, swap Lando, you know, as expected. Interesting to see what we'll have in the back here. Maybe Wo-Chien. Maybe Wo-Chien. Yeah, Wo-Chien. Okay. Not too bad here. Just because Fluttermane's probably just going to attack hands and not do too much besides that. Yeah, we live on 29. Okay, we go for a Rock Slide. We do decent chip damage into Fluttermane and Wo-Chien. Heavy Slam into Fluttermane. Brings it down to 1. You know, that's not too good. That's not really what you want to see. I'm tempted to swap Milo in this turn, to be honest with you, and go for another Rock Slide. I'm a bit worried here because we're Terra Fairy, right? And if his last is Regidrago, I feel like we have to save the Terra Fairy for Milo, but at the same time, I kind of need to be worried about this Terra Grass here. It's very, very troublesome. I like having the additional Fake Out in the back with hands here. But I definitely take too much chip on Milo. I'll Rock Slide and swap. I think that's fair. Having hands in the back can definitely let us cycle around anything if he has like Leech Seed, which is what I'd be really worried about. Okay, he's gonna Terra here. Most certainly the Wo-Chien to Poison, right? Which shouldn't be too bad for us because as soon as Landorus comes in, we will have the competitive boost. Wow, okay. That did a lot to my life. A lot. More than I was expecting, to be honest with you. Okay, it is going to be Leech Seed, which is fine, right? We still haven't burned our Terra, so in the end game, we can play around Hark doing that. And then game 2, you know, maybe we bring Sinistra to curse Wo-Chien. Okay, sat by Leech Seed. Fine. E-Speed should be able to pick up Lando if he wants to swap it in here. We'll see who he ends up going with. It's Lando. Okay, cool. So he's lefty, so nothing is going to get the boost. We will raise our special attack. We do have a Citrus Berry, right, that we didn't proc. So is Arcanine? Because we got Jolly. I'm actually not sure if Arcanine's actually getting there. I know Jolly's really, really weak. But from a quarter, it'll probably end up being a roll. The problem is if we don't get it, we're just in rough shape. Like, really rough shape, I think. But he has to run like a decent amount of speed investment for Lando to be faster than Flutter. The Ice Punch certainly did a decent bit, right? It's like not nothing. I'll go for the E-Speed, and then I'll go for Muddy Water in case that we don't get it. Oh yeah, we definitely missed it by a good margin. Okay, he's gonna attack Milo, so we'll be fine. Either way, we'll eat our Citrus Berry. And then it will just all depend on what his last is. Muddy Water, we land on both, right? Does a lot to Wo-Chien. we definitely don't want to be swapping Milo out. So even if we're leech seeded, I think we'll still be fine just because we have recover. Giga Drain, wow. Okay, that's annoying. That is gonna be annoying. Maybe we should have Terra there. It was a grass type. Recover might have actually been better that turn. Instead of taking out everything. Okay, let's see what his last is. Drago, right? Will be Drago. So I think we sack Hark, and then we could play a 1v2 with Milo versus Drago Wo-Chien. If we can sack Hark here and he kills Hark, then we can fake out recover the next turn, and we'll be in a really good spot where we can try to 1v2 with Milo and recover and beat the Wo-Chien Drago. I think that's probably going to be the best case scenario. Well, we would kind of need to take a recoil at that point, right? So I think I'm just going to Flare Blitz and protect. Hopefully he goes for a Dragon Energy. That would be really good for us. Yeah, because Hark's going to be first. I didn't want to Rock Slide just in case we were killing him. Yeah, he's attacking Milo. Unfortunately, Hark did not die. Very unfortunate. And I think we're going to have to rely on a Rock Slide flinch at that point. Or, because I don't think Milotic is going to be faster than this guy. So we only have, I think, 4 invest, which is 102. I mean, if he doesn't have any invest, I guess we could technically be faster. He has, like, very little invest, right? So I think we just kind of have to go for it anyways. Rock Slide, hopefully we flinch. And then Terror Recover. That is probably our best case scenario. We could have gone for a double protect as well, maybe. Maybe that was better to just go for the double protect. I think Rock Slide flinch. It's 30%. It's about the same as me getting the double. Okay, we get the flinch. Wow. Okay, great. Nice. Okay, so Milotic can now actually win. Because he should only have Earth Power to deal with me. And now we can go for Fake Out, Recover. Wo-Chien's gonna heal up. I didn't see how much HP we had left on Hark here. I don't know if we're dying to Leech Seed. Okay, we aren't. That's fine. So I think we just go for another Rock Slide and then another Recover. I guess we could swap, but then we're not really doing anything with that, right? I think just another Rock Slide Recover here to get them chipping and Rego more. Gets it down to half. Earth Power. We don't want any drops. Don't drop us. That's really bad. Actually, well, okay, he's Life Orb. So we can Fake Out Recover here and get back up to full. And then Ice Beam the Drago. Wo-Chien flinch. That's actually going to be very huge for us here. Hark putting in some work. Love to see it. So we did see the Drago was faster than our Milotic as well. Those past 2 turns. So I think this turn I'm going to go for a Fake Out Wo-Chien Ice Beam. It's just going to make the most sense, I feel like. Because we're definitely not dying to an Earth Power. And then if he just protects Drago, nothing really happens besides the fact that we learned he has Protect. And then we can go for Ice Punch Recover or double attack. Yeah, and then we'll Ice Beam Drago. Okay, he'll just Protect, that's fine. We'll see if he has Protect on Wo-Chien as well. Okay, he does. So double Protect, that's fine. Maybe we could have recovered off all that. I'm considering clicking Recover plus Ice Punch, but I think we just need the Drago gone. The problem is we just the special defense drop hurts us because now he's doing more damage. So we need to live Earth Power plus Giga Drain. I feel like at the HP that we're at, I feel like we're living it. It'll be close, I think, if we live this double up. But yeah, I mean, we kind of just have to go for it, right? You just need the Drago gone. Okay, so he's actually going to attack hands, probably predicting that I was going to recover, maybe, and try to kill the Drago here. If he Leech Seeds me, I think we end up winning just based off the fact that we're +4 special attack now. We'll do a lot to Drago there. So yeah, he's gonna Leech Seed us. This should be fine. We should be able to stall him out here. I'm not sure if we should go for Ice Beam or Muddy Water, because Muddy Water can miss. But we do have the accuracy drop chances, and it's gonna be doing a bit more base power. We're +4. Let's tear poison. Single target. So I think it is just going to be Ice Beaming. It's just probably going to make the most sense just because it's more consistent. We have 6 more recovers, which should be fine because we're faster. This is about half. And we get the freeze. Wow. Oh my gosh. Things are just really going our way. Yeah, that's unfortunate for him, but, you know, I'm going to take it. Being up a game here would actually be really huge, to be honest with you. I think we can Ice Beam again. Okay, yeah, because he's going to go for a Protect this turn. Ice Beam. Okay, yeah, so he should be in range now. Hopefully. If he just gets frozen, we'll be fine. If he protects, then we'll probably have to recover. That should just be in range. Okay, he stays frozen. Nice. Milotic, let's go. Milotic and Hark just putting in absolute work. Oh, he lives on 1. Okay, how much HP are we at now? Because, okay, that could have been bad. That really could have been bad. But he went for Protect, so I think we would have been fine. How much HP are we at? He'll heal. We're at 50. Okay, so you go for another one. Hopefully, stay frozen. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, stay frozen. Let's go. Okay, Wo-Chan's down. We kind of got lucky there. He did get us with some text. I'm going to lead Milotic this time. If he wants to do that with Landorus. And then... I'm trying to think. I definitely want to bring Hark again. I thought Hark was... Well, I mean, like... Maybe I don't bring Hark, because he has a lot of ground coverage, you know? The lead is just kind of awkward, to be honest with you. I think Grim Milo is really good, just because it punishes him if he's not going to lead the Landorus for Brick Break, because I'm pretty sure that's probably his only way to break screens. Maybe he has Sarah Ledge, but then, like, you're weak to Milotic with Muddy Water at that point. So, you know, that probably makes more sense. I liked Hands for the fake out aspect. It wasn't bad. I think maybe Sinisha might be better just because it's a grass type and we kind of be able to deal with that, right? But then, as we should be taking hits from Regidrago if my calcs are correct. So I definitely want Sinisha. I actually think it probably does more than I originally thought. And then for our last, Hark is faster than Viv and can Rock Slide it if it becomes an issue. You know, it's faster than Drago. E-Speed's nice. And the fact that it's a Moonblast resist, I think, is kind of important. And has Intimidate, which can slow down Lando and Sarah Ledge. So I think we'll bring that. Yanma's cool. I just don't know how much value we're getting out of it. I mean, Bug Buzz and Air Slash are nice, though. So we'll see, yeah. So if he leads Lando again to try to counter our screens, then Milo's getting a boost at that point, and we don't really care. And if he's not, then it doesn't really matter. Okay, lead Viv. Cool. Okay, well, we don't have any setup, to be honest with you. So I'm fine just clicking Light Screen and Muddy Water. I think that's probably our best play, just because then we'll get one more turn off of Grim, get a T-Wave off. That could be pretty influential. And then Hark, we can swap Hark in. It'd be really good for us. And then we would have Cinny in the back to take care of the rest of the team, which I think is probably winning. Like, if Landers isn't his last, and it's like Draco Wuqian, then I think we should be fine. But yeah, we'll Light Screen and just Muddy Water. No reason not to. Grimmsnarl should be able to live Flutter Mane Moonblast. And I assume he goes for like a sleep move here. With Viv onto Milo. Yeah, Sleep Powder, that's fine. Not the end of the world. Just kind of is what it is. I'll go for T-Wave on the Flutter now. We don't really need the Reflect. Melodic will take its sleep turns. We have Recover. It's not really that big of a deal, right? We'll just get the T-Wave off on Flutter here. We didn't see Protect from it. It just clicked Moonblast, I think, every single turn. If it protects this turn and sleeps our Grim, I think we're still fine. Milotic can wake up this turn. If Milotic wakes up this turn and hits Muddy Water and Viv, we're super fine, because then we can Rock Slide the Flutter and a Viv at that point. We'll go for that. Nice, okay, he's gonna let us get the T-Wave off, which could end up being huge here. Because now Hark should be faster, we can go for pair flinches on Flutter. Hurricane, okay, that is not ideal. Okay, we'll stay asleep. Interesting enough, Milodic's gonna be faster than Flutter Mane here. Now, after the T-Wave. Which I guess we're at 100 speed, so I guess it's not too surprising, you know. I don't want to bring in Sinisha. I think that's not the best idea. I don't want to Terra Grass here. We need to save Terra Fairy for Regidrago. We can go for Rock Slide here. Even if we get slept, like, I feel like we should be in a pretty fine position, just as long as we're landing Rock Slide, because eventually we'll wake up and be able to hit our moves. Okay, Rock Slide, nice. We're gonna double hit, bring Viv down to Sash, and then like have a 50% chance to flinch the Flutter Mane. And then if Milo wakes up, we should be fine. Sleep Powder again. Doesn't really matter. I didn't want Terra Grass. Hark stays asleep. It is what it is. We can Raw Swap the Sinisha here. Milotic wakes up. Very nice. Okay, double lands Muddy Water. Huge. Okay, Viv goes down. That's a huge piece of his team down already. Fluttermane's gonna Moonblast. Doesn't really matter. It's into Hark and we have Light Screen. He's doing 40 damage. It's not really anything. If he swaps into Lando, then I can swap Sinistra and go for another Muddy Water. He's gonna swap Mochian. Okay. That's completely fine. I'm imagining he's gonna want to Terra that. I'm gonna keep Harkin to burn his sleep turn, because we're not really like doing anything else, right? And then the next turn we can swap in Sinistra maybe? Or we can just stall how long we wait for Sinistra to come in. So we can do that, and then I think just another Muddy Water is fine, right? Maybe it's better if we're just stalling the sleep turns with Hark here and protecting, because I feel like he's gonna want to Leech Seed me. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stall one turn of sleep here with Arcanine and protect, because I feel like he'll probably double into Milotic with Leech Seed plus something here. Maybe protect with Wochien. Okay, no. He's actually not going to tear Wochien, interestingly enough, because he knows I have Ice Beam. I guess I'm not boosted. It's not the biggest deal in the world, and Hark is asleep. So I kind of get that, and then, yeah, I assume Moonblast and Milo. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay. We burn one turn with Hark here. This will be the second turn, and then if Drago comes in, it will be the third turn. So now I feel like we just go for another Rock Slide, and then go for Muddy Water. Probably Ice Beam on Wochien's better value. I guess he's gonna Terra this turn. Wo-Chien. Kinda need to save our Terra here depending on what his last is. Definitely don't want to be Terra-Fairing if it's something like Ceruledge. I think the Ice Beam here is fine. Okay, Hark wakes up. Gonna miss Rock Slide on one of the guys. Okay, Flutterman. That's not too big of an issue just because Flutter's para'd. We have Light Screen up still. We can go for another Rock Slide Muddy Water the next turn. We get Leech Seed off. Not that big of a deal, right? We still have Citrus Berry on my Milotic. It actually taunt me. That's annoying. That he gets that off, actually. But we Sinistcha, right? So we're still in a fine position. All things considered, like we can Terra Fairy, swap Sinistcha, and be in a really good spot there, and not be afraid to get KO'd. So I'm just gonna go for a Rock Slide and Muddy Water. I guess we should have Terra'd here because you can't go for Giga Drain, right? It's kind of an issue. If we miss Flutter, that's yikes. I mean, we've been getting pretty lucky, so it just is what it is, you know what I mean? Yeah, we definitely should have Terra'd there at that point. We'll eat our Citrus Berry, so it's fine. We'll go back up. And Flutterman will flinch. Yeah, that's fine. You just go for another Rock Slide Muddy Water. We're burning turns of Taunt. He'll sap us, which is fine, right? We still have Sinistcha. I think we do Terra this turn. I think we're taking too much from Giga Drain if we don't at that point. Should be 2 turns? Yes. 2 turns of Light Screen left still. So if we can get Drago in this turn, it'd be really nice. We just need to land one of our moves here in Flutter. Maybe we could have burned the Terra last turn, but I was trying to hold it. I think it's pretty safe to assume it's probably Drago in the back. If it isn't, like, anything else, we're probably still beating. Okay, don't miss Flutter. Wow, okay. Now we need Muddy Water to hit. Don't miss Flutter. Nice, okay. Good job. Which is completely fine. I imagine he's just gonna go for Giga Drain on the low to lower it. Okay, he'll go for Leech Seed. That's fine. Because we're gonna swap it anyways, right? Makes sense on his perspective, though. We do not have Reflect up, but we'll get Recover back here soon. If it's Ceruledge, we still should be in a 5 spot, because then we can bring Hark back in, and any of his physical attackers will be lowered by his own Wo-Chien ability. Tablets of Ruin. And we can just raid boss this Wo-Chien in game again. Lando. Wow. Okay. Interesting. That's gonna be really good. It's gonna be really good. Because not only are we going to heal back up, but his own attack now is lowered. And we have one more turn on Light Screen. So I'm going to swap Sinistcha. It's our last turn of being taunted, I believe. So we just need to make it through this turn. And we should just Ice Beam Lando just to make sure that we get it off. He has Scarf, so he only has 1 move to lock. And if it's favorable for us, Sinistcha can actually win the endgame with Curse, depending on what it is. So we'll see what he wants to go for here. Stomping Tantrum, that makes sense. Shouldn't be doing too much damage with his Scarf. Actually, no, decent bit. But we'll have Recover threats now. We can Curse the Wo-Chien. So I think even if we died there, I think we're still in a winning spot just because we have Curse. He's just not going to be able to beat that just because we Curse. We have Hark still in the back. We have Machigacha. We have Trick Room. Landorus is in Tablets of Ruin. And even though we're losing our HP, like, we're still in a fine spot. Milo shooks off the taunt. Light Screen wears off. So we'll go for a Curse. We'll just Recover. Go back up to half, essentially. Placing the Curse on Wo-Chien. And then we can just Recover, swap Hark, swap Sinistcha back in for Matcha. He'll take 25% here, or yeah, around 25%. No, he'll go back up, but It's fine. We will just recover again. And then by the time we're back at full HP, then we'll start clicking Ice Beam and Muddy Water. So it should be one more recover, and then swap Sinistra, and then we'll be fine on HP, I think. So we'll heal back up. I think even though we're seeded, the game's pretty much wrapped up, right? Sinistra with Machikasha should be able to break everything that he's doing. Because even though he's at full, he keeps taking that shit from the curse. So I can swap Sinistra here and go for, probably should be Muddy Water, I guess. Okay, yeah, swapping Sinistra here. Get our Matcha, Gotcha, or the Hospitality back up to 140 here. Muddy Water, it's +2 single target. Should be doing a lot of damage. Does a lot, and accuracy falls for them, not what they want. They heal up a bit here. I think we have to recover again. We probably should be recovering. I think this turn we can Raid Powder away everything. They're cursed, right? Can Rage Powder away the Giga Drain. And then I think an Ice Beam should get there. Oh, Muddy Water. Because now they're not a grass type and they're affected by Rage Powder. Nice. Muddy Water goes. Gets the KO on Wo-Chien. And I think that should be playoffs because next week we play Justin. We're 3-1. I think even if we end 3-2, we should still be in like a really good spot there. The game one, we end up, yeah, just winning to luck. But I think what we brought in our team was just probably just going to end up winning in the end, right? Once I realized like the gameplay with Milotic there, I think it's really hard for him to break. Just because his only way to break screens is to activate my competitive. And Grimmsnarl is always living that Moonblast. And then like we have our own Hark, which was faster than his Viv, like T-Wave and stuff like that. So I think that we probably could have won the game 3 as well. But yeah, no, really well played by Scraw there. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Next week we'll be playing Justin, which will be a fun one. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Peace.